Hurry up and check out this terrifying game that'll make you scream. Cheng Zun is still standing there, telling Amu to check the doll in his hand, only to realize it's just a toy. Little Yuo outside is gasping for air. As an adventure expert, he knows that these scary things are better left alone, not wanting to deal with the mess afterwards. Little Yuo secretly decides to quit the team, but he doesn't know that this doll is actually a masterpiece, and it's all just for the show. To keep the live stream going, Amu hurriedly uses the intercom to persuade everyone. Quitting now means losing the bounty. All Little Yuo has to do is keep going from now on, no scary stuff, and everyone promises not to touch other things, then assigns Cheng Zun and Yi Yan to find the lighting equipment. The others return to the laboratory, where the ceiling is practically on the floor. The surrounding cabinets are all wonky, but the strangest part is the square hole at the top of each cabinet. What on earth is that for? Curious, Cheng Zun reaches inside, but feels something grab his hand, jumping back in fright. He thought Cheng Zun was just messing around, trying to prank the team and the viewers, so he goes in to expose the trick. He also reaches in, and when he withdraws his hand, to his surprise, he discovers some scratch marks left on his arm. As he screams in shock, the door bursts open, silencing the team, clueless about what happened. At that moment, Cheng Zun suddenly sees Little Yuo's scarf being lifted by a shadow, scaring him out of the lab, realizing what Little Yuo wrote before. Old Sun visited here, but now it looks more like Old Sun came to die. See? I told you this place is weird. Shazan and Little Yuo join forces and quit. This is way more important than what just happened. After all, their lives matter most, but the boys don't seem ready to back down. We're scared too. We don't want this. What for the cash? Why not just wrap it up quickly? Yet Chai-Sayan is already losing it. I'm not listening. Throws headphones, bolts outside with Little Yuo. Amu watches at the campsite. He knows this isn't his show's effect and is equally confused, until Cheng Zun yells his name through the camera, finally snapping him to attention. Did Little Yuo's words really get changed? Amu knows they did, but lies to Cheng Zun. No way they changed that. It's serious. Don't blow your shot at marriage. 300,000 viewers in the live stream, tonight's the key. But Cheng Zun doubts Amu. After all, Shai-Zan's arm just got scratched, and Little Yuo's scarf was lifted, yet Amu insists it's just their performance. You get that? I'm not stupid. The candles in the basement were blown out. Where's that wind coming from? This is too strange. Let's just call it a day, my dear brother. Amu is now furious, and Cheng Zun is right there. He can't miss this chance, but Cheng Zun finally realizes something's off. If you want to live stream, you go in by yourself. We're done. In case something really goes wrong, that'd be a disaster. He turns and walks away without a second glance. Left with no choice, Amu watches the footage, noticing something odd. The footage shows a 6-member team, but they are all in the shop. Then who's filming? Just then, the power suddenly goes out. The screen plunges back into darkness, and then the power slowly comes back. The screen keeps looping Cheng Zun's words, "Someone doesn't want us filming here." Just as Amu is stuck in a dilemma, Cheng Zun's voice comes through the intercom. After some discussion, they demand Amu give them another 20% cut, or they'll leave the hospital right now. Amu sees the live stream has reached 700,000 viewers and gritting his teeth agrees to their demands. On the other side, Little Yuo and his friends finally arrive at the marked spot. Just a 2-minute walk to return to a must campsite. Meanwhile, Cheng Zun and another person cautiously return to the restroom during the live stream. Suddenly, an eerie and chilling noise emerges from the Jade Corpse, causing the two to momentarily freeze in their tracks. Amu insists they continue, but eerie cherry wood appears as an empty wheelchair glides out, leaving them speechless. Amu doesn't care, so the two nervously introduce themselves, but before they finish, everything changes dramatically. Suddenly, items around fall unexpectedly on Cheng Zun, causing Cheng Zi beside him to panic. He urgently calls for Cheng Zun, but feels himself being pulled away by something. At that moment, the corpse is also spooked, screaming incessantly, then lunges at Cheng Zi. Meanwhile, Shai-Zayan and Little Yuo realize something's off, as they keep stopping and going in circles back to the marked point. Clearly, they're just spinning in place, and at that moment, Little Yuo steps on something and looks down. It's all those bottles and jars from the lab. He tries to call Shai-Zayan over, but Shai-Zayan doesn't respond at all, just standing there in a daze. Little Yuo bravely walks out of the lab, but Shai stays frozen. Little Leo pretends to stay calm as he walks out, but he's secretly panicking inside, unable to hide his nervousness. Suddenly he spots Shai with his eyes tightly shut and yells, "Eating grapes without spitting out the skin." Not eating grapes, but spitting the skins. This frightens little Leo, who balls toward the exit. Yet he seems to glide in mid-air as if being lifted, until a few minutes later, little Leo is dropped onto the ground. He runs back to the campsite, but strangely, Amu isn't there. Until little Leo turns on his headlamp and realizes he's back at the hospital, and that same doll is right under his feet. If you like this content, don't forget to subscribe.